Man, I don't feel like doing the guitar thing. It's been a little bit. It's not because I feel rusty. It's mostly just because I don't feel like doing it. Anyway, Bruins fans, it is time to hug it out. Man, it feels good to say that again, because that is a 4-1 victory over the Buffalo Sabres on our first game back from the holiday break. Thank you for coming back into the den. Anyway, this game, Bruins offense finally started to click a little bit. We finally started to put the pieces back together, and it required one of the weirdest lines I think I have seen the Bruins do as of late. If you want to know the lines, here they are. So these are the lines. Top line of Zacha, Geeky, Pasternak. Second line of Marchand, Coyle, DeBrusk. Third line of JVR, Freddie, Heinen. Fourth line of Lauko, Beecher, Brown. Now, before I was watching before the game, I was listening to a new podcast by my friends Rachel and Em called Weymouthers. Y'all should listen to it. And I'll be posting their Spotify link in the description. And someone had asked what their ideal lines would what their ideal forward lines would look like, and there were some pretty hot takes, such as Heinen, Geeky, Pasternak being the top line of the future, and in bringing DeBrusk down to the third. I'm of the opinion that the top lines, they don't need too much shuffling, or the top lines, they're the only things that really need shuffling around. Here are my top lines. My top line is my top line right now. I think is JVR, Zacha, Pasternak. I think that you can get a really good amount of leverage from that. Second line, Marchand, Heinen, DeBrusk. DeBrusk has played really well with Heinen, and I think it's time we think about keeping them together. Third line, Geeky, Coyle, Frederick. Actually, wait, hold on. Shit, I messed this up. Damn. All right. I think for me it's Geeky, Zacha, Pasternak, Marchand, Heinen, and DeBrusk, JVR, Coyle, Frederick, Lauko, Beecher, Steen. For the love of God, stop calling up Brown. I know we're on a roster freeze, and it sucks, but you know what? I don't care. Stop giving Patrick Brown ice time. We have Georgi Merkulov, who scored 8 goals in 7 games, and we're still giving ice time to Brown. Call up Merkulov. I would hold off on Lysell for the time being because there's been reports about Lysell not necessarily being the most reliable with the puck, and considering the fact that that we just had Pasternak for at the very least the second season in a row, give the puck away 100 times recorded. I don't want that to happen again. I don't want another person who gives the puck away as much as Pasternak, especially after the showing that I had seen from him at Dev Camp. Like if you're giving the puck away that often, if you're giving the puck away that much, especially after what we saw at Dev Camp, where even with a even with a red jersey on, and even a non-contact, he was keeping the puck in between the box for like a minute and a half before getting knocked out. Where the hell is it going? Where the hell is it going, Fabian? Either way, we go to the first period. This is what happens when you follow up your shots. We get a fantastic drive from our third line, and specifically from Frederick. He is driving in this, but also it's a really good zone entry from Lori, just completely deking out the defenseman at the top of the neutral zone and going in and then forechecking up to Frederick. And then, my God, we follow our shots, and Lori is right there to put it on Devin Levi to put us up 1-0 really quick. A little bit later in the first period, we get a really good shift from the top, actually from the second line, and on the power play, and I feel like I need to add, because it comes into play a little bit. It comes into play in the third period, but Marchand, he was not great tonight. He wasn't great tonight. He looked slow, which I kind of expect him to be slow, but he was struggling to keep up with the play, which is a little bit frustrating. It's a little bit disheartening, but this time his lethargy actually kind of played into this goal. He wasn't really he didn't need to play that far up, so he backed off a little bit and allowed he backed off with the puck and forechecked it up to DeBrusk, who was gunning it around the end boards, and then pass it right back to Coyle at the other end, and to put it right past Devin Levi. And by the way, DeBrusk, we know that he's not putting up points. We know he's not putting up points. I say that immediately after talking about how he gets us an assist. Anyway, but regardless, we know that DeBrusk is not really putting up points. But I think the emphasis on I think de-emphasizing everything that isn't pucks in the net, it takes away from the reality of the of DeBrusk's play, which has been the fact that he is, at this current moment, our best defensive forward. He has been incredible in getting back on in defense. He has been a god in our own zone when we severely need one, and he's just been great. The frustrating thing is that defensive forward play is great, but it isn't exactly what pays the big bucks, and it's not exactly what we're paying DeBrusk for. If he can find in his playmaking ability again this season, fantastic, and I love it. And that is going to aid him mightily in an off season where the cap is going to be going up by like $3.5 million. But right now, I'm okay with this play. We get to the second period, and pretty early on, we get another power play goal, which is, can I just say something? It is hilarious how our 5v5 play and our power play have sort of swapped places. Usually our power play at this point in the season is not great. At this point, and it feels like we're just treading water. And admittedly, usually our power play is in the top half of the league, but it usually feels a little bit slow. It usually feels a tad not all together. Meanwhile, our 5-on-5 play usually is stellar. But it seems like this. But it seems like this season, our 5-on-5 play has decided to take a nosedive, and throughout the entirety of December, we have a throughout the entirety of December going into this game, we had we were 36.7% on power play, which only improved through this game in which we scored, I think, we scored 3 goals on the power play. Incredible job on the power play, and incredible job here because again, it is DeBrusk making a play that facilitates a goal from Charlie Coyle. The puck is kind of getting away from us, but DeBrusk is just speeding into that back corner like a dog off his leash. He puts it right back to the middle for Coyle, and you never want the team you're going against to clear to the middle, because if you allow them to clear to the middle, they have a clear shot on net. But Charlie Coyle does not need a clear shot on net. He needs Eric Johnson's skate. He tries to pass it across the crease, but it goes off of Eric Johnson's skate and right behind the back of Levi. 3-0 Bruins. And a little bit later, we get a play. A play that reminds us all why Charlie McAvoy is getting $9.5 million a year. We're not great in our own zone. We're not great in our own zone. We're allowing Buffalo to get a little bit of momentum. A shot on net, chips off of Swayman over his back shoulder, and McAvoy coming through with the stick save. Oh, that was so good. He just bats it out of the air. Like, nope, you are not getting past me, and it saves us. It saves us to the point where a little bit later on, and during a little bit of a huddle up, McAvoy is just kind of bending over the boards, and Swayman comes up behind him and gives him a little bit of a hug. I love this. I love this team. Throughout the first 40 minutes, the Buffalo defense is not really living up to its potential. You know, Dahlin and Power, fantastic prospects. They're going to be great. They're not at this current moment. Buffalo's roster is not there yet for them to really completely shine. And I think both of them are going to win Norrises. Both of them are going to win Norrises in their time. But they're not there yet. Dahlin might be there. Power might be there in like 1 or 2 years. There's the Buffalo roster as a whole is not there yet. Although admittedly they were playing without Tage Thompson today, which I'm very happy about because Tage Thompson is 6'7" and knows it. That man towers over everybody, and he lets people know it. He's reaching all over the place, stepping over people, dragging goalies out of their net, and then just tapping it in. I love watching Tage Thompson. I'm a little bit sad that I didn't get to see him play today, but you know what? I'm also a little bit happy that I didn't get to see him play today. Although knowing how this game turned out, if Thompson were to be playing today, it probably would have ended up like 4-2 instead of 4-1. Which speaking of which, let's talk about that fourth goal, because Levi, you can't do that. Bruins offense is caving Buffalo in their own zone. Buffalo has barely any sort of net front defense to speak of in this period, and Geeky gets a shot on net that goes in, but Levi, he's reaching back, trying to keep it in, but no, it's over it broke the plane, and that's it. That's fourth goal. We go into the third period, and Buffalo gets one back. I'm not really too concerned about it because this one was kind of understandable. But offensive zone face-off for Buffalo. Buffalo wins it. They get it on the to their defenseman. Defenseman puts it on when there are two people in front of Swayman. Swayman can't see it. Swayman sees it a little bit too late. He makes a move a little bit too late, and the puck ends up going past him. That is the end of the scoring for the game. But Buffalo's defense, but hilariously enough, for some reason, Buffalo's defense decides oh yeah, we exist. Want to just turn on God mode? Yeah. So they try at 11:59 p.m. For the game. No, it wasn't actually 11:59. I'm recording this at quarter of 11. And 11:59 is just, if you don't understand, welcome to college age. 11:59 p.m. in the game. They're just trying to ball out at on defense. They're making they're doing the layout. They're doing the layout technique on 2-on-1s, and it is working every time. They caught up to Marchand on his breakaway, which again, Marchand, he was a little bit slow this game, and during that breakaway attempt, it very much showed. He looked like he was falling asleep while he was driving to the net there. They caught up to Marchand's attempt. They caught up to Pasternak's attempt. When they pulled Devin Levi to try and get a sixth body on the floor, the Bruins are still trying to cave Buffalo in their own zone. Charlie Coyle nearly has a hat trick, but Rasmus Dahlin just is playing a second goalie. He is, oh my god, Buffalo's defense in this last 20 minutes just made me wonder, where the hell was this for the first 40? So fantastic defensive showmanship from Buffalo in the last 20. Kind of wish I would have seen it from in the first 40, but just to make the game a little bit more interesting. But you know what? I'm not happy with the. I'm not happy. I'm not upset with a pretty good win. This is also a win that we kind of needed to have happen. Yes, Buffalo's not that great of an opponent, but we've lost four in a row, 6 in our last 8, and we've had a really hard time winning in regulation, and doing that all today, great job. Now y'all get a 2-day break, and we get to and you get to hang this on, and you get to hang your heads high, hold your heads high on this one. And good job, and that is going to be it for me tonight. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys on Saturday. Take care.